Hello all, this is Anupama Zavargi here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about the basic foundational beliefs of Ho'oponopono. I've already shared 2 videos on Ho'oponopono and I know a lot of people have watched those videos. So it's an amazing Hawaiian practice. But recently I found out that DrHewLen, the person who actually spread this Ho'oponopono technique across the world, used to take workshops and seminars across the world, who has written books along with Joevitale on Ho'oponopono. So really who has been instrumental in spreading this amazing practice, which just recently passed away on 15th of Jan. So I thought I'll make this video as a tribute to him. And I'm sure you all will also join me in thanking him for giving us this putting a light, I would say, on this amazing Hawaiian practice. So before I start, in this video I'm going to talk about the foundational beliefs of this practice. So before I start with that, I just want to mention that I have a Marathi channel also, a New You Marathi. So if any of you want to see this content in Marathi, you can join in on that channel. Or if you know somebody who would like this content in Marathi, you can recommend that channel to them. So let's talk about the foundational belief of Ho'oponopono. As you all know, Ho'oponopono just consists of 4 phrases that you say. The Ho'oponopono prayer consists of I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. So this is a thing that you say to your higher being, higher self, or God, or whoever, whatever higher power you believe in. DrHewLen used to call it divinity. So this is a practice between the two of you and your higher power, you can say. So what are the fundamental beliefs behind this practice? The first one is that everything is alive. So we always consider as like human beings and animals and these kind of things are alive. But according to this Ho'oponopono, everything on this planet is alive. So even the grain of sand is alive, the trees are alive, whatever water is alive, each and everything, all the furniture that we encounter, all the technology things that we use, everything they say is alive. So they also have 3 states of consciousness, like 3 states of mind, you can say subconscious mind, conscious mind and stuff like that, that we say we have, they also have that. And what DrHewLen used to do, that first time Dr. Joevitale has mentioned it in his book, that they had scheduled a workshop in Austin, the first workshop that they did together. And so he asked to go and actually see the room where they were going to conduct that workshop. So both of them went there, which is a normal practice. If you have some workshop somewhere, you always go and check out the room and stuff in the hotel or building, wherever it is. And so they went there, and DrHewLen started talking to the walls, So Dr. Joevitale was really surprised, what is this talking to walls? So he said, the walls are very sad, So he's like, why are the walls sad? So he said, no, nobody has paid attention to them, so they feel neglected, nobody appreciates them, is what they are saying. So then he asked Dr. Joevitale, now talk to the floor. So he was a little taken aback, how do you talk to the floor? So, but still he said, he tried to focus on it, and then he said that maybe floor is also sad. And what do you feel? He asked. So Dr. Joevitale said, maybe floor is also sad because it's like gets walked over by everybody, but nobody appreciates that. So it could be the same reason that the floor might also be sad, like the walls are. So walls were saying to DrHewLen that yes, nobody seems to appreciate that we are the ones that are holding this building together and stuff like that. So he used to believe that, no, not he, the people who practice this, it's a Hawaiian thing, that they think that everything is alive. So before giving an interview, DrHewLen used to clean on the camera. So he said, we don't know what has been recorded earlier. So that might have influenced the camera. So he used to clean on that. He used to clean the place. He used to, wherever he held workshops, or even clean on the people who would come for the workshop. So he used to be in a continuous process of cleaning. He used to say that is what we are here to do. So that actually, tells us that we are all in this together. Because the way we are abusing the resources on the planet and stuff like that, if you start thinking that everything is alive, I think we have a different view of looking at these things. And it makes us more conscious of what we are using, the resources we are using. So we really are in this together, the whole everything on the earth. And we have a newfound respect, we sort of have a respect for the resources that we have, the bounty of nature that we enjoy every day. If we think that if they are also things, everything around us is alive. So that is the first belief. Now the second one important belief is that everything is a mirror. So what they say is that whatever you're seeing outside of you, whatever things that you are complaining about, that you think you're blaming somebody else for what is going on, they are all just a mirror of something that is going on in us. This Ho'oponopono practice is actually an ancient practice. Earlier, they used to, actually the elders and the whole family used to sit around, and they used to actually say these to each other, and then they used to resolve conflicts and stuff like that. But Morna Simeona, who is a Kahuna is an enlightened being in Hawaiian. So she came up with this new kind of Ho'oponopono, where you say this directly to divinity. So what she said, that you don't need all these people, they are reflections of what is going on in you. So if you say this to yourself, like to addressing to divinity, just in your mind, that is enough, because all these people are anyway just mirrors. They are just projections of what is going on inside you. So this is the type of Ho'oponopono. It's known as self-identity Ho'oponopono, is what she taught Dr. DrHewLen, and that's what he practiced and also shared with everybody in the world. So this concept of mirror is very interesting. What happens is, generally we tend to blame everybody else, blame and complain about everybody and everything around us. So if they say that if there is a problem, and if you see the problem, that means the problem is not out there, the problem is in you. So that's what is being projected outside. So that's why all you need to do is just clean. So you're not dependent on anybody else to solve the problem. Everything is inside you, so it's an inside job. So you need to just talk to divinity about it, and get that thing cleared, get that memory or data, as they call it, cleared. So I've already done 2 videos detailing the process, but the idea is just that everything is a mirror. So as you know that Dr. DrHewLen, I've shared that example before. That's the most famous example that they give all over the world. That he cured a whole mental ward in a jail. Actually, they were all criminals in a mental ward, and just by doing Ho'oponopono, they were all cured. So now, people ask, how did you do it? Did you talk to them? Because Dr. DrHewLen was a clinical psychologist, but he didn't use any of his, whatever he had learned earlier. What he used was just Ho'oponopono. So people used to ask him, did you talk to them? Did you meet them? He said, what does the need to meet them? The problem was within me. I did Ho'oponopono on myself. So now, we always wonder, what is this connection between, those criminals, mentally ill criminals, and Dr. DrHewLen. So the connection is that he says that I was working there, the files were brought to my notice, and so this reality is those people were in my reality, their problems. That means that I am responsible for them. And what he used to do is just open the files, and he used to see whatever they have done, whatever criminal activity they had done. And once you read something like that, either you feel you have rage, or you get angry, you are hurt, you feel shameful. So whatever feelings that they used to arise in him, he would start cleaning on those. So he would continuously, say, I love the prayer that I'm sorry, please forgive me. But not meeting those people, only talking to himself, only talking to divinity, to clean all that data, which made because they say that everything is a mirror, so there is nothing wrong outside. Everything is in us. So that's how he actually cured all those people. So he used to work on the feelings he used to get reading about them, reading all the files. He actually even cleaned on the staff working there, because no staff used to, it's just there was so much of people used to leave their jobs. The staff didn't want to, because it was so scary working there. So they used to leave their jobs all the time, and they used to be really harsh with those mentally ill criminals. So he even cleaned on this judgment that they are so they are how that staff was judging the criminals. And Dr. DrHewLen noticed that, so he even did a clearing on the judgment of their judgment. So it's like judgment square, you can say, his judgment of the staff judging those criminals. So that's how so then, even the staff started liking their jobs, and the turnaround time decreased. They also were started becoming kind and compassionate towards towards the inmates there. So this is this is the whole thing. He used to clean on each and everything that he noticed, or the things that came up in him after observing those things. So there was no relation to, the problem was not with the criminals, the problem was not with the staff. It was, the problem, he said, was within him, which was being mirrored by those people. So, generally in our, we don't have to go and work in any hospital and stuff like that with criminals. Does this help in our lives? So what happens is, we are always complaining and blaming, either the boss or our spouse, husband or wife, or kids or parents, what if they are not doing something that the way that we want them to do. So we are always complaining, blaming others for, or just, whatever is going on around us. We are blaming the government. So many things we are constantly blaming, the bureaucracy, the red tape. So what this Ho'oponopono belief is, that this is all just a mirror. So generally what we do is, it's like when we start blaming or complaining, it's like we are putting makeup on the mirror. But the real problem is in us. So if you want to see a different picture in the mirror, we need to change those beliefs, those that data, or the memory as they call it, in ourselves, the subconscious mind that we have been carrying with us, maybe from ancestors, maybe in this lifetime we have picked it up, whatever it is. But we need to clean that in order for all this to change. So everything is just a mirror, is a very important concept that they have. So because a lot of times we think, so much is going on in the world, the way people are behaving, the way government is running now with the COVID situation and all that. So we always are constantly blaming it, but they feel that this is just a mirror, so all we need to do is clean inside. So but this is also reflected by some who are not Ho'oponopono practitioners, but somebody like a Carl Jung. What he says is, if you are upset about other people, they are reminding you of a part of you that you don't want to accept. Nothing is wrong with the world as we are seeing it. Everything is inside us. So whatever judgments that come up, we need to work on those and actually come to a level of lovingness, forgiveness when we are observing that. And so what happens when we do this internal work? Automatically we feel that those people have changed, because the reason that they were behaving this way was for us to clean this. So that was the reason for their behavior. So that's how they said, that's how those criminals got better. When he worked on his judgment of all those things, when he worked on the emotions that came up in him, when he saw all those criminal files, when he came to a place of peace, automatically there was no reason for them to behave that way, and their behavior changed. So this is the second thing, that is that everything is a mirror. Now the third is a very interesting and a heartening thing, I would say very positive thing that they believe in, that this world is like a painting, and what happens is that it is getting painted as we are living it. So it's not a destined. Generally what happens is, when we go through a lot of struggles in life, we always tend to say that, yeah, this is something that is in my destiny, maybe it's some karma, something, whatever you believe in. You say that it's my stars, it is like that, I have to go through this and nothing seems to work out and stuff like that. But they say that it's constantly being painted. And as you start cleaning, you are actually painting your future as well. So nothing is fixed here. So you need to be positive. You need to have a lot of hope. Once you let go of all those reasons that you have, the subconscious mind programming that you have been carrying through ages. Once you get rid of that, automatically you start getting the actual data from divinity, that is in the form of inspiration of what you get the right things that you need to do in the form of inspiration from God, because all that programming is gone. So you have direct connection to divinity, and it will tell you what to do, is their belief. So that gives us a lot of hope that that this is the thing that is we are seeing in our life is not fixed. We have the power to actually change it. So once we take 100% responsibility for what is going on in our lives and try to rectify it through a Ho'oponopono prayer, establish that connection with divinity and give divinity the power to clean our data or memory, our future is actually going to change. Everything, the circumstances are going to change, the people are going to change, and that is the thing that gives us real hope. So this is a nice concept that it's not destined, we have a say in all of this. So these are the basic beliefs of Ho'oponopono. I think once you understand these beliefs, that practice becomes even more, I would say, you want to do that practice more, because sort of know what the theory is. So you are, even the things that you use, the electronics that you use, the non-living things that you are more considerate of all those once you know that even they are alive. So a lot, it changes in your life once you know all these beliefs behind the Ho'oponopono practice you are doing. So if you like the video, press the like button, share it with somebody who could find this useful, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.